Good afternoon. Let's consider lecture 3 in proposal writing. Now, this time, I'd like to look at feasibility study. I'd like to look at feasibility study or feasibility study if you want to put it in that way. Now, this study is very, very important. As you can see from the artwork there, it's something that will give you the confidence that what you're going to embark on is going to work, or is going to yield the fruits or the crops you want. So without it, it's more like moving in a direction where you have never been. Okay, you've never been to a place, and then you're going to move in a direction where there's no target. Okay, so simply put, you're saying without feasibility study, it's like walking aimlessly without a target, without knowing the dangers. Okay, that path will bring our way that you're trading on. So that's why in project management, you need to avoid the risks of doing something that will lead you into total failure. Now, to avoid that, you need to carry out this feasibility study, which will help you to know if what you're doing will work or it will fail. Right. So, feasibility study, as the name implies, a feasibility study is used to determine the viability of an idea, such as ensuring a project is legally and technically feasible as well as economically justified, as Ada mentioned in the preamble of this lecture. So it tells us whether a project is worth the investment. In some cases, project may not be doing. Okay, just something nice to do as a thought which cannot be translated into actions. So there can be many reasons for this, including requiring too many resources, which not only prevents those resources from performing other tasks, but also may cost more than an organization would earn back by taking on a project that isn't what profitable. Okay, so this is very, very important. That's why for every project manager, you need to look at this study very seriously with your team. So a well-designed study should offer historical background of the business or a project, such as a description of the product or service, accounting statements, details of operations. So management, marketing research, policies, financial data, requirements. So generally, such studies precedes technical development and project implementation. You are trying to assess if at all what you're going to embark on is going to work. So that's why it's very, very important. So 5 areas of project feasibility. So a feasibility study evaluates the project potential for success. Therefore, perceived objectivity is an important factor in the credibility of the study for potential investors and lending institutions. So there are 5 types of feasibility study, separate areas that a feasibility study examines. We describe these on the next page. 1 is technical feasibility. This assessment focuses on the technical resource available to the organization. It helps organizations determine whether the technical resource meets capacity or whether the technical team is capable of converting the ideas into working systems. Or are they just theories? They just talk. They don't perform. So technical feasibility also involves evaluation of hardware, software, and other technology requirements of the proposed system. So economic feasibility, as the name suggests, this assessment typically involves a cost-benefit analysis of the project, helping the organization determine the viability cost, the benefit associated with the project before financial resources are allocated. It also serves an independent project assessment and enhances project credibility, helping decision makers determine the positivity, economical benefits of the organization that the proposed project will provide. Okay? So legal feasibility, legal, as the name suggests, this assessment investigates whether any project of the proposed project conflicts with legal requirements like zoning laws, data protection acts, or social media acts. Simply put, there are certain projects that will violate certain legal standards or requirements in a particular state, country, or district. We must be aware of all these. We must be mindful of all these legal implications before embarking on a particular project. So let's say an organization wants to construct a new office building in a specific location. A feasibility study might review the organization's ideal location isn't zoned for that type of business. That organization has just saved considerable time and effort by learning that their project was not feasible, right? So they'll save, right? And then operational feasibility. What are we talking about? So this assessment involves undertaking a study to assess and determine whether and how well the organization needs can be met by completing the project, right? So operational feasibility study involves also analyze how a project plan satisfies the requirements identified in the requirements analysis phase of system development. So basically this one is to look at whether the project, once implemented, it will serve its purpose with its functionalities and its intended objectives. And then there's scheduling feasibility. This is very, very important, more especially for construction projects like roads, stadiums, and the like. So this, will help to understand, when they can actually start a project, and when the project can stall, and when they can do best, to actually achieve the project stoppages. For example, constructing the roads. Of course, we know that rainy season is a bad time for road construction. So, of course, you cannot schedule to start a project in that season, right? So, according to scheduling feasibility, that will, stop you from making such a great mistake. So, this assessment is the most important for the project success. After all, the project will fail if not completed on time. Yes, it will delay. You start a project in rain season or before rain season to construct the road, and then you stop because of rain season. So what do you expect the schedule to be delayed, right? So this is very, very important for every team, who are embarking on a particular project to consider this study seriously, right? So we have seen the 5 areas of feasibility study and what they entail. Now let's look at the benefits as we conclude this lecture. Benefits of conducting a feasibility study. The importance of feasibility study is based on organization's desire to get it right. If the organization has no desire to get things right, this feasibility study is useless, and that will impact them negatively on their future performances. So feasibility study might uncover new ideas that could completely change project scope. It's best to make these determinations in advance rather than to jump in and learning that the project just won't work. So just rushing things without thinking properly, without having the information that you need is very bad. And feasibility study covers that gap. Will give you the information you need before you make a decision. So conducting a feasibility study is always beneficial to the project as it gives you and other stakeholders a clear picture of the proposed project. So below are some of the benefits of conducting a feasibility study. 1, improves project team focus, right? Because your mind will be clear now, you know what you're doing. The doubts will be removed. Identify new opportunities because of information that you acquire as you study in your preamble. Provide provides valuable information, okay, for a go or no go decision, narrows the business alternatives, right? Because you know this can work, this can work, this can work, this can work, this can. So in that way, you're going to narrow those alternatives and have limited ones which you can manage. Then identifies a valid reason to undertake the project. Right. Enhances the success rate by evaluating multiple parameters. And then it aids decision making on the project. As if that is not enough, it also identifies reasons not to proceed. First, this point is very, very important. Even because the reader think about it, people have been failing in their projects because they fail to identify reasons why not to proceed. But with feasibility study, you will not fail because before you do anything, you have reasons why not to proceed and the reasons why to proceed. People, these principles we teach, we need to apply them in our organizations, also in our, as individuals, as personal capacity, for our own benefit, to avoid catastrophes. Well, I also encourage you to go through this lecture once again, look at it, study it, and also to help you to apply this lecture not only in a particular organization where you're saving, okay, if you're doing your projects, but also as an individual. You can use this, it will improve your decision making. Right. This is